Hi, how y'all doing? It's Monday, December 30th, about 4 p.m. as of recording this video. I hope everybody had a good Christmas, got to spend time with family and friends, all that good stuff. It was just me here by myself, which was kind of a bummer, but not too terribly bad. Didn't do anything. Sat around and listened to audiobooks. Tried to do some cleaning. Kiddo was down south with his mom, having Christmas with her family. He had a good time. He got back Saturday afternoon, and I've had him since. Right now he's at his behavioral therapist. She came and picked him up. His mom came and picked him up at lunchtime, and she'll go pick him up after she gets off work and bring him back to me. And I'll have him throughout the week, which will be good. We're not going to get to do any fireworks or go see any fireworks, but that's okay. It's okay. Was going to try to have my folks grab us like a $15 box of them at Walmart. Just like 5 or 6 sparklers. But their Jeep is down right now. They're supposed to come out here Saturday and go to the grocery store for me. And Jeep wouldn't start. So I was trying to talk my dad through some different stuff he could do over the phone, and I've kind of diagnosed it as a no spark problem. It very likely needs a tune-up. I know it's probably needed one for a while. I tried to teach my younger brother how to do this a couple of years ago, and it seemed to go in one ear and out the other, and he never did it. My folks never got the stuff to do it, and now it seems like the contacts in the distributor cap or the rotor button itself are wore out because it'll turn over all day, but no fire. And I had my dad pour a little, like a shot's worth of gasoline down into the intake, and even if it was a fuel issue, it still would have kicked off and ran for a couple of seconds, but it's not doing nothing. When you break an engine down to its simplest terms, it needs 3 things to run. It needs fuel, it needs air, and it needs spark. And it's getting fuel, where at least it got a shot of fuel, we know that. It's fuel injected, so it's not as easy to tell if fuel's actually going where it's supposed to go into the rails, but you bump the key over, turn it on, not to start it, but turn the ignition, turn on the power, you can hear the fuel pump prime. That's that little whining sound you hear come from the back of the car. And that's working. So it needs, it very likely needs the tune-up done distributor cap, rotor button, spark plugs, plug wires, ignition coil. Could be any one of those things. And unfortunately, that is not as cheap an endeavor as it used to be. Still a hell of a lot cheaper to do it myself than to try to get it to a shop. I have to tow it to a shop. The thing is, I can't get to it. It's in the next county over, about 30 miles away, give or take. And even if I could drive, and I have enough gas to get over there in my truck, and even if I had the gas, I couldn't drive over there. I'd have to drive over there at like 10 miles an hour on the shoulder. That wouldn't work. So, they got a friend in Palatka. We got a family friend over there. Known him a long time, and he's a pretty good mechanic too. He knows a lot more about fuel injected and modern stuff than I do. I know enough to get by on the older fuel injected stuff, but I'm at home with a carburetor. I can fix this, but they're trying to get a hold of him because he lives out there a lot closer to them than I do, and he can actually drive. But he's not been responding to calls or messages, so we don't know what's going on with him. I hope to hell he's all right. I'm gonna have to try to find a way to get out there, I guess sometime this week or this coming weekend. See if I can fix it, because right now it's the only option. Their Jeep, my truck, 110, 120 miles to a full tank. That would not do the job, especially not having to come back and forth for both of us. Can't do anything until we get paid. We normally get paid on the 1st. I was hoping we'd get it today, but we didn't, so either be tomorrow, may even be after the 1st, Thursday or Friday, who the hell knows. Get out there and get that fixed. I know I've got a doctor's appointment I got to get to next week, and I think my mom's got one. Not entirely happy with my foot. It has been swelling like hell again. My foot and my lower leg are like 3 times bigger than the good side, the left side. It's not really inflamed, but it's just swelling like hell. And I don't know why. I'm just so damn sick of this. I wish it would just freaking heal. I mean, I heal slowly, I know that, but this is ridiculous. And I'm not doing, I walk on it a little bit, I'm trying to walk on it as much as I can without aggravating it, but it's like it's swelling even though I'm not walking on it. I woke up with it swelling this morning. And I take my, my water pills because I got heart failure. So I don't think it's that. I don't know what it is. It's swelling and it hurts. And my ankle is doing this weird little popping thing now every other step. God knows what the hell that is. I keep, envisioning it just has to heal and everything will be good. And then I keep having to, tell myself, no, well, slow down, wait a minute. This is you we're talking about here. Nothing comes easy. Me and Ringo, it don't come easy. And I just can't help but think, now what? I'm just so sick of this. Not being able to see. It is absolutely driving me up the wall. I got that appointment on the 20th. I hope to hell he can do something for me pretty quick. I went to pour Joey a dose of cough medicine yesterday because he's got a cold. And, I was holding it up in front of me so I could see it in the light, and I went to pour it, and I missed the medicine cup by like half an inch because my depth perception is shot, and just poured it out on the stove instead of in the cup. I don't know why he's still got that cold either. He had a cold when I had him before they left for Christmas, and he was doing better when he left me, but when he came back he was way worse. His cough was terrible. I don't know. Not much else going on aside from that right now. I went to this last week, right before I got Joey back, I went to shorten my story on GoFundMe. I keep getting people telling me I need to shorten it more, and I know I do. It just, I mean, I guess I don't think about it. I'm the kind of person that will sit and read something for hours. You know, I've spent hours in a library just reading this or that, or, you know, back when Barnes and Noble used to have them big comfy armchairs, I grab a couple books and I just sit down in one of those chairs and spend the afternoon reading. I once read a whole 240-page tech manual in Barnes and Noble, and I liked it, so I still bought it. But I sat there and read it the whole day, and I don't think about the fact that people nowadays they don't do that. You know, I don't know what it is. They don't have the attention span for it. I don't know. I know my text box on GoFundMe is long. I'm trying to tell the whole story, trying to explain exactly why, because if I don't, then, you know, at best I get a truckload of questions like on here, and then I end up having to try to answer questions in the comments. I end up having to make more videos answering questions I've already answered several times, and I know I need to do a recap video. It'll probably be like 2 or 3 by now. Probably it'll be more than that. But I don't know. Anyway, I went to go shorten it, and it wouldn't let me edit the page or anything because it said my account was in review. And it didn't give me any explanations as to why it was in review. So I asked Professor Google, and Professor Google said that there can be a few reasons why they review it. It could be because I've had it up for so long. But it also could be because somebody tried to flag it. Somebody said that maybe I was trying to run a scam on it, or something like that. And I've had several people in the comments on some of my videos basically accuse me of doing that. And it seems like it doesn't matter what I say or do. I can't convince everybody that I'm not doing that. And so I don't know if that's what's going on, or what. If somebody flagged my account, somebody went to them, tried to report me, or what. I don't know. I got an email from GoFundMe yesterday, and they said that my review process was complete, and they determined that my account was valid, and that I could continue. So I've got to go back in there and try to edit the text box. But it made me think, and I've said several times before, I'm not going to get political on my channel. I tend to be fairly political. I'm rather heavily involved in politics because, it's a mess, but it's what governs and runs our lives, rules and regulations and laws. And if you're not involved, you don't know what's going on, it's nobody's fault but yours when it comes back to bite you. But I don't want to get political on my channel because politics is such a divisive subject nowadays. And if you are overtly political on the opposite side of the Google overlords and the YouTube overlords, your channel tends to get flagged and demonetized if you are monetized. And I'm trying to get to monetization. I've got enough crap to deal with, so I don't want to, have to fight YouTube because my opinion on certain subjects is the hell's the word I'm looking for? Not the same opinion of themselves. So I don't get political. And I'm not going to get political now, but I have to call into question a certain political aspect because it is relevant. I've talked on and off with other people that have accounts on GoFundMe for similar situations. One is a young lady in her late 20s that lives in PA, and she's living with her elderly father. She has stage 4 cancer, and he's trying to support them, keep their heads afloat, and they're having issues with bills and getting to and from doctor's appointments. And so she's got to GoFundMe. There's a guy that I talked to that lives in Michigan who got hurt on the job, and he's currently in litigation and right now not getting anything, so he's got to GoFundMe to try to help keep the lights on. And just like me, they've only gotten donations from like very, the other little people like ourselves. And I've had my account up for 6 months now. And I've gotten a good bit of help, and I'm not knocking it. I give thanks every day for that. But it's like I set my limit at, $25K to deal with these medical bills and to try to help me, get healthy enough and strong enough to go back to work. And in 6 months, I've gotten a little over 5,000. And again, I'm not knocking that. I'm not complaining. But, these other people that are in really bad shape, they're really in need of help. are in the same boat that I am, and uh, we have the Kamala Harris campaign. Uh, Apparently, they had told their staffers that they were going to pay them until January 1, whether or not they won or lost the election. Well, they lost the election, and then they promptly stopped paying their staffers. And these are all, primarily young, early 20-something, Gen Z, college kids. Presumably, most of them are at least mostly healthy, capable of, going out and getting a regular job, and not working in an office, which is what they want to do. Well, they're not getting paid, so they started a GoFundMe account to help pay their bills until they get positions that they are, educated for, qualified for, whatever. And in the first week they had this campaign up, they had $16,000. And I assume, and we know about assumptions, but again, most of these people are young 20-somethings. I assume most of them are at least mostly moderately healthy. They could go out and get, a factory job. They could go out and flip burgers, wait tables, pour concrete, do whatever they've got to do to keep the lights on, keep the bills paid. They are not in desperate, dire need, not in a position where they physically cannot work and have nowhere else to turn but something like GoFundMe. They open an account, and within that first week, they've got 16 grand in that account. And it's just like, I'm just for fairness sake, I would like to think they probably have some trolls too, but they've got 16 grand in the first week, and this woman that is dealing with cancer can't work right now because the chemotherapy has her completely and totally destroyed, and the only person she has is her 71-year-old father, and he's out there killing himself trying to make it for both of them. And me in my situation, the guy I talked to in Michigan, he's still got a family to provide for. And it's like, though we get ignored except by the other little people like us. And, we get flagged, we get trolled. Our accounts get flagged for review. But you got this bunch of young 20-something, mostly healthy folks that started a GoFundMe account because they don't want to work in something they're not qualified for. I get the feeling that they probably have the attitude, as a lot of like college educated people that I talk to nowadays, that something like that is beneath them. And they would rather go on the GoFundMe dole than maybe go work a job that they really don't want to work until they get what they want. And within a week they've got 16 grand. And I'm not complaining, they're getting their bills paid, free country, free market, good for them. It just, I can't help but think, it's a hell of a thing. People that are genuinely in need, the only ones that bother to help those people out are other people who have such limited resources, and that they're the only ones that care about the little folks because they're little folks too. I've said before, you know, I wished that I was hoping that somebody, you know, that does this, that's got a philanthropic uh, organization or something, would have found my account and donated to it, because I hate the idea that other people of small means are putting themselves out on my account. Not because I want somebody to pay my way, you know, but because if I have to accept help from strangers, at least let it be a stranger that can afford to do it without hurting their bottom line, you know? That's all. You know, just something that I've been chewing on and kind of burns me up a little bit. But I'm at the time limit for my camera, so thank you all very much. I will try to make another video probably tomorrow, because Joey has his behavioral therapy tomorrow too. If I don't talk to you before tomorrow, Happy New Year. And knock on wood, let's hope it's a good one. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.